To kickstart our machine learning web application, we first need data. We'll download standard datasets from Kaggle, then dive into data cleaning and feature engineering to ensure our model's success.
Hello, welcome everyone. So this is part 2 of this YouTube video lecture series on Amazon SageMaker and building a web application on machine learning. Okay, so as we discussed that in order to make our machine learning model or web application, we need some data. So for the data, we can either find some good repository or open sources. But what we did, we just search in the Kaggle and we observed that this loan rejection and or approval status can be a good data where we can make our model. We can directly download this data just by here. It will save in your local machine, and from there we can start our feature engineering and data analysis and all that stuff. So let us see that what exactly this data is. So data, it will have this loan ID. You can see that it's having gender, married, dependent, education, or different variable and or feature vectors are here. And finally, we can see that it is also having this loan status. So idea here is, if you see this data, that there are different variables. Based on these variables, their number, a banker or financial institution, they are going to decide that whether we need to approve this loan application or not. So we'll see this data in detail in our Microsoft Excel file. Okay. So after downloading the data in our local machine, it will be in CSV format. You can just see that file will like .csv format. So you can open this CSV file in Microsoft Excel, and once you open this file, what you will see, there are different columns. Okay, so first column is unnamed, it's probably index column. Then loan ID, gender, married, dependents, education, different variables or feature vector. You can see here, you can see loan amount is there, loan amount term, credit history, property area, loan status. So let us understand a little bit this data, because data understanding is very much important. We are going to play with this data and we are going to make our machine learning model. So we need to know that what is going to be our target variable, what are our independent variable, what is a dependent variable, how we can make our model, what we are targeting. So for this particular set of this loan application data sheet, we can see that all these factors, whether it is gender, marriage status, number of dependents or family member in a family, education, all these things are very much important. Applicant income, if we are not earning too much and we are going to file application for a big amount of loan application, probably it is going to be rejected. Okay, loan amount, whether it is decent amount, big amount, small amount. This basically I can tell this is in 128,000. So don't confuse this loan amount term. This is in a month. Okay, credit history of a particular applicant, the area where they reside. So all these factors are very much important. So what we are going to do, we'll clean that data. Okay, why we need to clean that data? Okay, let me tell you. Okay, if you see some of the column, like you can see that they are self-employed, no, and this is missing. So we need to either fill that from something or we need to just ignore that. So all this thing we are going to do in our feature engineering section. Okay, so this is our Excel sheet. So we'll go in our Python notebook and we'll clean our data. But before we move on our Python Jupyter notebook, it is very essential for us to understand that purpose for this analysis is to find that whether a loan application is going to approve for an unknown data set, unknown like applicant. We do have model, we do have these value from this Excel sheet. So from this Excel sheet, we can know that from this and this value, loan application is going to be approved or not. So this is known value. But idea here is that we need to make a model where we can decide or predict that for these unknown sets of data, whether it will end up for acceptance or it is going to be rejected. Okay, so that we will do in our analysis section, and for that we will use our Python notebook, in our Jupyter notebook, we'll do some analysis in the Python. Okay, so we'll open our Python notebook. Okay,